Hi, I'm John Laurito with theinterviewplanner.com. Let me ask you a question. Why do some people who are less qualified for a job get it, even though better qualified applicants were interviewed? Well, I'll tell you, the answer is simple. The person who got the offer made a more convincing presentation than the other guys. When you're interviewing for a position, you're on stage and you have to be prepared. When the curtain goes up, you have to be ready to perform. Does a Broadway actor browse through a script once and walk onto the stage? No. It takes hours, it takes days, it even takes weeks of planning and rehearsal to make the character and the role seem natural and convincing. Now, I'm not suggesting that you rehearse every possible scenario. Believe me, I've tried it. It does not work. What I am suggesting, however, is that you prepare for what could be the most important meeting of your life. So, how exactly do you prepare? What's involved? Well, I'm glad you asked. Interviewing is a skill and an art, both of which must be fine-tuned to get results. Before we go further, let me state the obvious. You do have to have a degree of fit with the position being offered. I have an engineering, sales, and marketing background, but if I attempted to interview for a job with a pharmaceutical firm for a position as a biochemist, it wouldn't matter how eloquently and how thoroughly I was prepared, I would not get the job. So there has to be a fit. Companies have ideal candidates in mind when offering a position, but they never hire the person in the job description. That person does not exist, so they compromise and they settle for the best possible fit. This is where you have wiggle room. Let me give you an example. The last position I won was for Vice President of Sales and Marketing for a major electronics firm. There were over 1,450 applicants, and I got the job. Let's sort it out. Among the applicants, there were about 1,250 that were not qualified at all. They were job seekers taking a shotgun approach and applying for every possible position, so they were quickly culled out. The remaining 200 were pared down to 25 before the interviews were held. There may have been a few screening phone calls. I'm not sure about that. After the first series of interviews, 6 candidates, including me, were in the running. Now, my suspicion is that any of the 6 could have done the job satisfactorily. My guess is that 1 or 2 may even have been able to do a better job than I eventually did. But I got the job. It was my skill at pursuing it that made the difference. I'd like to tell you how I did it, so please visit my website, www.theinterviewplanner.com, for some great, detailed information on how to get the skills you need to get that security and recognition that comes from the one job that is within your reach, but you just can't grasp it yet. So go to www.theinterviewplanner.com. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.